Hello guys, it's me again, and I'm back with another episode of the Leapfrog Chronicles Lost Media podcast. Today's episode will be about Leapfrog's international success. We know that the US-founded company was a smash hit in its home country, but how did it fare in other parts of the world? Let's dive in. Let's start with the UK. Leapfrog started producing toys for the UK market in the mid-late 90s. By the 2000s, a majority of their toys were redubbed with British voices. Some toys kept their original voices but had aesthetic changes instead, mainly changing uppercase letters to lowercase. Others were the exact same as their American counterparts, and the main difference was they pronounced Z as Z. Around 2005, Leapfrog started producing bilingual toys. The British units always used French as the second language because of England's proximity to France. Leapfrog is still a popular brand in the UK, with most of the toys still being sold and dubbed there today. Overall, I think that the UK is the European region where Leapfrog was most successful. Leapfrog started producing Spanish-speaking toys not long after they launched. Besides Latin America and Spain, these toys were also available in the USA due to how much the language is spoken there. Many of the toys were dubbed to speak Spanish, enough to still have a decent market. These toys mainly had the same designs as the UK version, as well as having certain songs substituted for ones more familiar to that region. Around 2003, with the launch of the Learning Karaoke and Driver, they started making toys that spoke both English and Spanish. This was very successful because children could learn another language and the company could release the same units in more countries. To my knowledge, they still make bilingual toys to this day. Leapfrog still has a decent selection of Spanish-speaking toys today, although not as big as it once was. After the UK, I would say that France had the most successful market for Leapfrog toys. French-speaking toys came out in the 1990s and were released in many different countries. Their selection of toys was nearly verbatim to the Spanish-speaking market, except with a few differences. The toys also had UK designs but the songs were mainly kept the same. In Canada and other French-speaking countries, they started releasing a line of toys that spoke English and French, like I previously mentioned. This was especially handy for Canadian kids, since it's almost required to learn French there. Speaking of Canada, monolingual French-speaking toys were also sold there, mainly in Quebec. I even found a few in a thrift store there. The French-speaking Leapfrog market is still very prominent today, since French is a widely spoken language. They have the most successful market for countries that speak a language other than English, and honestly, good for them. The last European countries in which Leapfrog had a major influence were Germany and Austria. However, the story is a little sadder than the previously mentioned countries. The toys were released slightly later than other countries, like around 2004 to 2006. A good handful of the toys were dubbed in German, usually the most common ones that were dubbed in other countries as well. Their selection was quite a bit smaller and the market died in the 2010s from what I know. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but the dubbed toys are sure hard to find. However, there has been a resurgence of German dubbed Leapfrog toys. Ever since the company was bought by VTech, Leapfrog toys are now being sold, just with the package label saying VTech. These were the four main countries in which Leapfrog was popular. However, there are a few other regions worth talking about. In Southeast Asia, Leapfrog was reasonably well known, as made evident by quite a few blog spots selling their toys. From what I have seen, it was mainly the UK versions being sold there for some reason. Often British English is taught as a second language as opposed to American English, so that could be why. That said, listings from the Philippines are of the American toys, particularly bilingual ones. Leapfrog also had a presence in Japan. The packaging and labels had Japanese text, but for some reason the toys were in English. However, there are versions of the 100 First Words book in Japanese as well as Mandarin. Granted, it would be a bit harder to adapt certain toys to have the Japanese alphabet, but it would be cool to see. The country that has the most obscure Leapfrog market is Italy. Only one toy that we know of was ever dubbed into Italian, and its audio recordings are lost media. The same toy was also dubbed for a Greek market, apparently. It's a shame that Leapfrog was so obscure in these parts of Europe, because I bet they would be really popular. And that's all there is for Leapfrog's international market. Some regions fared much better than others, and though they didn't have as big of an international market as Fisher-Price, for example, it was still very diverse and children in many parts of the world could enjoy learning with Leapfrog. Thanks for watching this episode of Leapfrog Chronicles. Feel free to comment down below where you grew up and what your experience was with Leapfrog. I'm curious to hear some personal accounts. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for next episode.